Hi everyone, my name is Tina. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have started this YouTube channel. Before I go into a little bit about myself, I'm going to just apologize now for my nasally voice as I am fighting a cold. So my name is Tina Marie and I'm starting a YouTube channel because I want to document my fertility journey. I think it's super important. I think it's a way to help me cope with it. And I'm just wanting to share my experiences with everyone, and hopefully we can build a little community and a little family where we can kind of rely on each other. Just a little bit about myself. I am 33 recently. I turned 33 in September 19th. My husband and I have been married for it'll be a year next month, November 11th. Super excited. This is our first marriage and our first child. We are trying to conceive. So it's been almost a year. It's been lots of highs and lows and just a learning experience, and I kind of wanted to just share it with everyone. I am a bit nervous, but I'm hoping as I continue to record that will completely go away. I actually wrote some talking points just because I kind of don't want to ramble, and I kind of just really want to get my point across, especially since this is my first video. So we started to try to conceive the month after we got married. So it's about 10 months we've been trying to conceive, and I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I just didn't realize it was going to be this hard and this much information was going to be involved and having to learn your body and everything. Growing up, I was always pretty consistent with my menstrual cycle. It was every 28 days. As I've gotten older, it kind of varies now. I've learned through reading the book, Taking Charge of My Fertility, which I think it's a good book. So if you haven't gotten it, you should get it. It has a lot of excellent references. I used to think that stress would cause a delay in my menstrual cycle, but it turned out that stress can cause a delay in your ovulation, which then causes your menstrual to be late depending on what your LP is, and your LP is your luteal phase. So I didn't know that, and I was like, oh, I'm stressing, that's probably why it's late, but it turned out I probably ovulated. So a misconception that I had was you ovulate every 14 days. That's not the case for a lot of women. Your ovulation days can be always the same or they can vary. So my menstrual cycle is considered to be pretty regular. Even though it ranges, it's not where I kind of don't get it. I do get it every month. It mostly is between every 28 and 29 days. But as I've gotten older, it's been 26, or even one time I got it the 32nd day. But for the most part, it is pretty consistent. When I decided to start the process, I decided I was going to use an ovulation kit, and I decided to use Clear Blue Advanced Digital, and I said, oh wow, 4 days of prediction of like when you can be most fertile. So the first time I tried it, it worked. It was great. The first time you test is always going to come back negative, I'm told by the company. The second day I took it, it was flashing smiley face, which means that you're high, you're kind of high fertility. The second day, the same thing. The third day, actually. And then I got then the very next day, I got the solid smiley face, which means you're at your peak. So my husband and I, we did what we had to do, and to no avail, it didn't work. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to try these different apps I've heard about. So I downloaded Fertility Friend, I downloaded Ovia, and I downloaded Glow. And I decided, you know what, let me learn about BBT, which is your basal body temperature. And I figured I'd figure this out to help me also learn when I was going to ovulate. So Fertility Friend, if you don't know, it takes that's kind of where you input your temperature when you wake up first thing in the morning. Ovia, you can also, and Glow, you can insert your temperature. Fertility Friend really focuses on that. But let me tell you about BBT, that basal body temperature. It is not fun. It causes severe anxiety. I don't know about you, but for me, I'm so stressed out. I don't get a good night's rest. I've been the type of person, I go to sleep, I won't wake up at all. I won't even stir. Wake up in the morning when my alarm goes off. When I started tracking my basal body temperature, my mind, I guess, was super overactive. I decided that I needed to wake up every 2 hours to go to the restroom. My body decided that it was so anxious to be the morning time because I wanted to take my temperature because I wanted to know when I was going to ovulate. And it hasn't been fun. Funny story, when I knew I needed to stop, my husband and I kind of postponed our honeymoon to go to the Dominican Republic in March. So instead of going in November, we went in March because I am a teacher, so I wanted to go during spring break. I packed my thermometer, went away. When it was about nighttime, I opened my bag, getting ready for bed, and I look and I said, oh, a notice from TSA. Oh, something showed up and they felt like they needed to check my bag. So I didn't know if they took anything out of my bag, but lo and behold, I couldn't find my thermometer. And I was like, why would they take a thermometer out? So I looked everywhere. I took out my clothes 2-3 times, even checked my husband's bag, and I know I just threw it in there. I even checked like in the pockets of things, and I could not find it. So I was really devastated. I was like, oh, I'm not gonna know when I ovulated. But I called front desk and I said, hey, do you guys have a thermometer? And they said, yeah, the pharmacy does. So I ordered one. Well, it was not a digital. It was one of the old school mercury thermometers, and mine didn't work. In fact, it broke. And I was not going to pay another $8 because it wasn't working, and it was hard to even tell what the temperature was. I didn't really understand it. I did YouTube videos, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to stress about this. This is a time for me and my husband to just enjoy each other, so I got rid of it. We get home. My husband's cleaning out the luggage. What does he find? My thermometer. And I'm telling you, I looked high and low, so I couldn't even believe he found it. I was like, throw it away. I don't even want that thermometer. I had gotten a new one. What I did notice is that when I was using Clear Blue Advanced, I decided to, take my temperature too. And I got a peak, so I entered it in the Fertility friend. And I entered that I got a peak, so it made my ovulation the next day. So I was temping. Maybe like 3 days later, Fertility Friend sends me a notice that it changed my ovulation date. And I was like, what? So it changed it according to my temperatures to like 3 days later. So even though I received a peak fertility, I didn't ovulate the next day. And they typically say anywhere between 20 to 48 hours. So it looks like I might be more towards that 48-hour time span, but I've never been able to confirm ovulation again because I do not take my temperature. I refuse. Too much anxiety, too much stress, and I kind of don't want to go through it. I encourage people to take their temperature if they want to. It's just not right for me. So I just been focusing on ovulation kits. I stopped using Clear Blue Advanced Digital because 1 month in particular, I was really stressed out at work, and I took it the first day. Of course, it came back negative. The second day was flashing, and I was like, wow, I'm only on cycle day 9, which is CD9, and I'm already in my fertile period. So I was like, I'm gonna ovulate sooner. I probably tested for 16 days before I got a peak. And it did coincide with the CM, which is cervical mucus. But to have all of those days, it looks like it maybe been a faulty, kit. And they're pretty expensive, so I called the company and she didn't really have an answer. She just said that once it picks up that you have some kind of LH surge about to happen, when it has the flashing lights before you get your LH surge, it won't go back down. So it looks like my body was trying to ovulate, but I was stressed out. So it didn't until like 16 days later. And, that's pretty gut-wrenching because you're paying this money and you're relying on these sticks, and they're not reliable. So I decided I'm just going to go online and just get regular ovulation sticks. I found iProven, which I really love. And I bought it on Amazon. You get like 50 ovulation sticks for half the price of what you get with the Clear Blue Digital Advance. And it is easy to read. And it comes with 20 pregnancy tests. And just how sad this story is, I decided, you know what, I approve him for the ovulation sticks, but I hate the pregnancy test. And the reason I hated it is because I always got a negative. And it's not the pregnancy test. I'm sure it works, but I was just determined that it's not working because I haven't been pregnant. But the truth is I haven't been pregnant, and I had to wrap my mind around that. Like, it has nothing to do with the ovulation sticks, has nothing to do with the pregnancy sticks. It just has not been my time. That being said, I am a big believer in God. He is the head of my life, and I acknowledge him in all things, and I give him all the glory. And I just had to accept that it has not been my time, and I need to rely on him more. So it's just been a lot of praying. And, you know, I have an extremely supportive group of women who, you know, are by my side. I have really been blessed. So for those of you who are watching, thank you so much. I love you all for just always being there for me and listening. It hasn't been easy. I have a lot of people around me getting pregnant, and it's just like, wow, I'm happy for them. So I don't ever want them to say, not to tell me because they think that my feelings are being hurt because they're pregnant. I'm not, because that's not the case, because I know that when the Lord does bless me, it's going to be the best feeling ever and the best blessing. So I am really happy. What I do get annoyed about is when people come up to me and say, what's taking you so long? You guys aren't pregnant yet? Oh, you must be pregnant. No, I'm not. I'm bloated. I'm fat. I'm gaining weight. My body mass index is high, according to my the midwife. So don't do that. And I hate that people go around asking, like, when it's time, I will let you know and I will shout it from a rooftop. Just hasn't happened yet. I think it's selfish because I know women who have gone through miscarriages and they don't have to explain, but when someone's like, you're not pregnant yet, it's just like, did you know that I just suffered a miscarriage? And that's not me, it's just people that I know. So it's been a journey. It's been a journey mentally. You know, I'm a teacher. I had to learn that the stress of the job can't come home with me. So this year I decided, and I told them, I have to leave work at certain times. I have to take care of my health because it's really stopping me from wanting to be a mom, because the stress does change my ovulation days, and I don't have a consistent ovulation. And that 2-day stress period where if I ovulate day 11 and then day 13 and then day 15, it really does make a difference. I did want to talk about really quickly, I looked into different ways to track your body temperature, and I found Ava, which is a watch. This is not an ad for it because I have not used it. I ordered it. It was pretty expensive. I joined their Facebook group, and there were great success stories, but I found a lot of people were complaining maybe about the manufacturing of it, that the watch, the battery was coming out, or when they were sleeping, and it just seemed like such a hassle, and I didn't want to spend that much money for something that might not work. So I ordered it and I canceled. And then like 3 days later, I'm like, no, just order it. That way you'll know. So I reordered it just to re-cancel it, because again, I go on Facebook and I see these stories. Long and behold, and there's like a long wait time. 2-3 weeks later, I see a box at my front door and I open it, and it's actually the Ava bracelet. So I reached out to them. There was no way I was going to keep that. I got refunded my money. So I sent it back to them. I didn't want to take it. I wasn't interested in using it anymore. So just recently I started, just searching again. Is there different ways? Maybe an Apple Watch I read. Maybe it'll take it. But I didn't see anything new about it. But somehow something called OvuSense came into my view. And it's not that expensive. And I was like, but it actually kind of is, because you want to pay for the subscription. But once I receive it, because it is on back order also to like October 19th, I'll show you more about it. But I will link what it is on the information so you can check it out. But it gives you your core temperature, and it's supposed to take your temperature every 5 minutes. So if you do go to the bathroom, you can take it out, put it back in. It will reset. It is a vaginal thermometer, and it's supposed to take your core temperature. And I don't know, something about that made me excited. It filled me with hope. I'm just filled with hope. I know that it's going to happen soon. I don't know how to explain it to you, but I just know. So I wanted to, start the fertility journey, because I'm ready to record the day I tell my husband, the day I find out, the day I let my family know. Like, I have it all in my mind. So I kind of am excited about it. I don't get it yet. I do know, and I want to make this clear, that it's not about the sticks. It's not about the temperatures. It's about my faith. And I don't need any of that, because when the time is right, it's going to happen. But I do feel like this particular one was put into my life for a reason. So I am excited to test it. And I'm just excited to start this fertility journey and kind of document it with everyone. I dread the 2-week wait. Boy, isn't that the worst? That TWW I go into every month. I'm like, I'm not going to symptom stop. I'm not going to symptom spot. I'm not going to symptom spot. You know, and then every month I symptom spot. I was like, oh, well, a little search on my phone won't hurt. 9-DPO metallic taste in my mouth. Oh, it definitely means you're pregnant. I'm like, well, I've never had my mouth taste metallic. I must be pregnant this month. But I'm not. So your body just changes, and that dreaded 2-week wait, it's like a love-hate relationship. It's like, I hate it, but I'm kind of enjoying the time, because there's an actual possibility that I might be. But then it's like, I've never wanted my period to come. I hate when my period comes monthly. But it's like, during this, when you're trying to conceive, it's like, either hurry up and come or hurry up and don't come. Like, one or the other. There's no in between. It really is a love-hate relationship. So I'm hoping, like, during the 2-week wait, we can kind of chat with each other, you know, through comments, through emails, and just kind of support each other, because with everything that's going on in the world, we need the support of women and men, because this is also something that they go through, but women in particular, because it is our bodies and it is our mind and it is our psyche of what is going on. So I hope to record many, many more videos. I hope to get subscribers. If you want to just join this this journey with me, just click subscribe, and I'll try to upload a video weekly, maybe bi-weekly, just anytime, or just, I might be like, guys, 3-DPO, there's a dip in my temperature, you know, not through the basal body temperature though, because I don't like basal body temperature. But again, you might love it, so I'm not going to argue. If you love it, it's for you. If you don't love it, it's not for you. It's not for me. And I hope I, you know, get to meet people along the way. And, you know, they say baby dust to all, but just know that everyone's in my prayers. All right? Thank you. See you soon.